Hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. This is Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56, with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and coming to you from the anticipatory blizzard yet here in Western New York, shared by so many people across the northern North American continent. So, welcome, friends, to our Cosmic Connections. And today we're going to be talking a lot about um, what's happening in real time from this new moon. We talked about the new moon last week. We're going to be talking about the new moon again because it has the most amazing Sabian symbol attached to it. And I really see the Sabian symbol activated just in these past couple of days, right? So welcome, Shirley. Hi, Carrie, Jennifer. Let us know where you're coming in from. And thank you for being here. Share if you are so inclined to do so. We always do a little bit of not a contest, but a drawing. And when you share, your name goes in the basket. So a big shout out to all the Cosmic Intelligence Agency people and the folks on my different platforms and so forth. Good evening. And are you getting prepared, if you are across the swath of this icy blizzard that's coming? I guess they're taking very careful pains to call it an ice storm, which can be absolutely devastating if it gets on our wires and so forth. But it really fits in with the kind of anticipatory concern. I don't like using the worry word that this new moon is bringing to us. I'm going to go through a few news stories in real time. And good evening, where you're coming in from the Carolinas. Hello, Toronto. Welcome, Paula and Mildred. Janine from Las Vegas. Are you getting snow in Las Vegas as well? Hi, Rebecca. It's very icy. I know that I had to search for some of my salt to make sure we could literally get out of our house tomorrow. So again, welcome to the Cosmic Connections. We talk about the astrology, and then I'll be doing some spiritual messages. A couple of kind of announcements. If you're not a member of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, do give a strong look. Their link is in the entry way of this webinar. And I know there's a fantastic webinar that's coming up with Lynn Bell on the amazing shifts that are happening this year, namely Pluto going into Aquarius, Saturn moving into Pisces. She calls it, CIA calls it, it's bigger than all of us. And it really is. We're coming into some very amazing and activating times in 2023. I'll be having some in-person retreats, one on the 18th of March, and that one is also going to include Reiki. So if you've been thinking and being on the fence about having your Reiki certification, please come to that session if you're in and around Western New York. And then on April 1st, we're going to be holding an all-day retreat talking about not just the eclipses, but of course, Pluto moving into Aquarius and what that means for you, because we like to apply the astrology to you. Hi, Adriana, coming in from Mexico. Hello, Lynn. Hello. Good evening, Diane and Cynthia. And the big shifting, right, Mildred? A lot of stuff going on. So the question of the week for you to reflect on, since our new moon, which is on the 19th or the 20th of February, depending on where you are on the planet, at 1 degrees of Pisces, have you been feeling some additional concern? Have you been picking up a sense of, well, what next? And I'm going to share some slides with you, and we're going to be then focusing on the first quarter. All right, the first quarter phase is when we want to take action. So the new moon, we're still swimming kind of in the dark. We're going to be going into crescent, but we're still processing this new reboot where you find Pisces in your chart. And that the first quarter, when we go into the moon will be in Gemini, we want to take action to create a new template for ourselves. So Pisces is water, right? It's water. And any issues about water, mentioned that as well in our intro here. The fish is mutable. Pisces is dreaming a new dream, and is the mystical imagination. So all these issues got to define our beautiful Pisces energy. So Pisces indeed is all that we can't touch, see, and feel. It gets grounded by work, by Virgo, by the earth sign, but Pisces in your chart is where there's this transcendent kind of dreamy feeling. All right, so you don't have to be a Pisces sun sign to be Piscean. If you've got a strong Neptune in your chart, a strong 12th house signature, you have that as well. Of course, we're still dealing with the aftermath of the horrific train wreck and the subsequent toxicity in East Palestine, Ohio. Oh my gosh, there are Facebook sites you can go to and get firsthand accounts from the people there. And I was looking at those last night. And, you know, the whole scenario is the government being responsive to them. They're saying, oh, I can drink the water. I guess the governor said, I can drink the water. It's fine. But people are coming out in rashes. We have advocates in the citizen advocates, I should add, who are coming to the advocate the people. This community is very small. It's only 4,000 people in this little village. And I think they were absolutely shell shocked. And first they had to excavate their homes and they were told to come back, and then it wasn't safe, and it is safe. But again, I don't know exactly. I'm not a chemist, but there's, if you go to the EPA site, they're saying this possibly can cause bad effects. Verbatim, you can go to the site yourself. So in any case, the new moon, we're still in that new phase. Please reflect on the Sabian symbol, a squirrel hiding from hunters. Are you feeling vulnerable? Are you feeling that you're being hunted? And we talked about this last week, just a little bit of a encore of this. Mercury is opposite Black Moon Lilith. So that's always about having our minds go to places that are hidden and difficult to comprehend. That's going on in other stories other than East Palestine. Mars trining Mercury, the excitement about learning and communication. Have you been giving yourself some space this past few days to take care of paperwork, busy work, communication? I know I did last night late. I was like, all these emails I haven't answered, so I'm really getting to it and clearing out my inbox. Saturn is out of sign, conjuncting the new moon. You know what Saturn's all about. It's about authority, responsibility, and there's a serious tone. So that's what we're living through this week, right? And the keynote here, the keynote of that Sabian symbol, is the individual's need both to ensure the future subsistence and to protect himself from aggressive social elements. So the next couple of stories really reflect that for all of us. I need to safeguard myself. I need to safeguard myself. Are you feeling that? What do squirrels do? They gather their nuts for the winter and they store a food supply. So we may be feeling that type of energy as we come up against the first quarter when we begin to take action. Self-protection. All right, talk about self-protection. Well, on the day of the solar eclipse, the day of the new moon, we had a solar flare that hit Earth on the new moon. And this solar flare, my friends, apparently, you can do your own research on this, was a megalithic solar flare. It took the lights out in different areas of the world. It was called a sunspot, belched out a surprise X-class flare, and they all rank these flares. So even the cosmos is just excited and doing this display of energy. This enormous explosion created a rarely seen solar tsunami. This is according, of course, to the astronomers. And there's an intense burst of radiation that created some blackouts across the world. And so that was taking place this past week. Today, talk about feeling like a squirrel and being hunted. There's more rhetoric coming out of Russia, and tensions between the U.S. and Russia escalated today following Russia's announcement that it was suspending participation in a key nuclear arms treaty. All right. So there's a lot of gaining tension in the world, which of course affects us all. Certainly not just the U.S., certainly not just Russia, etc. So this is a news story that's in process today after this new moon with this sense of anticipation. Also, this just came out of Florida. Now, I will tell you, friends, that Florida, like any state, any country, any province, has a birthday, right? So the state of Florida in the U.S. is a Pisces state. Isn't that interesting, right? It's surrounded by water. It's a peninsula, but it's a very dreamy place that people vacation, and it's very transcendent and etc. That has a lot of Pisces characteristics, you would say. But this news story is just happening as we speak. I pulled this from Florida, outside of Orlando. It's a horrific story of this suspect, 19-year-old. His name is Keith Melvin Moses. Apparently, he killed a woman earlier today, and he went back to the scene of the shooting, and there were some news crews in a like an SV in a van, in a news van, and he shot a total of 5 people, 3 of which are now deceased. So this is ongoing, and my sympathies, of course, to the entire state of Florida, but specifically the families involved. This is pretty horrific. I don't know his birthday. Of course, at this juncture, we know he's 19 years old. That means he's having his nodal return. So this is happening today on the wave of the hunters and squirrel Sabian symbol. And across, here's our weather map, right? Across the U.S., there's a lot of warnings coming up. Winter storm watch, blizzard warning, advisory right across the continent here this evening. And so there you go. So what do we do about this? We take action at the first quarter, right? So the first quarter is coming up on the 27th of February. And again, the times here are in Eastern Standard Time. That takes place at 3:06 in the morning. So we begin to catch our breath. And breath is a good anecdote for concern or worry or fear, right? Just doing our deep breathing, doing our associated breaths and our square breathing, our yoga breaths, breathing in, breathing out. And the moon happens to be in the breathing sign of Gemini. That's what this quarter is all about. So you want to identify, friends, where 8 degrees of Gemini falls in your chart, because that's where you're going to take action in the next week. You're going to put on your thinking caps, and wherever your anxiety is falling in your own personal life. I've just shared some obvious issues globally, but where you find 1 degrees of Pisces, you're feeling your own concern in your life, right? So here we begin to take action. And the Sabian symbol is a quiver filled with arrows. So, you know, if you're feeling like you're being hunted or marked or abused or some sort of challenge in your life, there's action. You can get your quiver together. You're not necessarily using the arrows, but you're storing up your ammunition, whether that be verbal or whatever it is. Apply it to your own life. Keeping in mind that this lunation is within a few degrees of Mars. So we can only imagine that by the 27th, there's going to be more emotions about, of course, gun violence, for one thing, but maybe also the perpetual threat of violence coming geopolitically, whether it be from Russia or anywhere else. Saturn and Mercury are in serious communication. We have an exact Venus-Moon sextile. So what does this mean? It means that go to where there's peace within your family, your friendship circle, your relationship circle. A sextile is always an opportunity. So this is very, very good for all of us to find our people this week after this quarter square and say, you know what, I'm there for you. I've got your back. You've got mine. And to work together with the people that really matter. Venus is conjunct Vesta. You know what Vesta is? She's spiritual practices. She's the goddess of the flame of spirit within all of us. So Venus is saying, when in doubt, go to love the spiritual practices. It's kind of interesting, of course, that the Christian scheduling of the holidays as the countdown goes to Easter, we always have Lent during Pisces, right? So Pisces is considered a very, very spiritual sign. And today Lent begins, right? So many of us might follow that idea of self-reflection on our spiritual path. Lent has traditionally been giving something up that's precious to us, but perhaps instead of do whatever you want to do, of course, give something up that's not good, but at the same time, maybe reflect on something that's positive. And here the astrology says Venus loving our spiritual practices, conjunct Vesta. We have an exact Pluto opposite Black Moon Lilith. All right, so that's revealing the Capricorn secrets of the infrastructure, of the governments, of the power brokers, of the elite. We are beginning to see them fall apart. There's a revelation going on with this quarter square. And on a positive note, Jupiter and Chiron are getting closer and closer together. Circle the date, my friends, of March 11th. That's when we have the Jupiter-Chiron conjunction, and that offers each of us mega healing, where we find Aries in our chart. Now, I'll talk about this one next week, and fingers crossed this isn't going to be a horrific full moon, but just as a foreshadowing, find where 16 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart, because this full moon, which will be taking place, is a volcanic eruption. And so that's going to be taking place. We'll talk about that more in earnest next Wednesday, the full moon volcanic eruption. Now, for all of you, I'm going to go through all the signs. And if you know where your rising sign is, you can apply that. That was the ideal. If you just know your sun sign, you can apply that as well. So for Aries, you want to take action on your everyday schedule. This quarter square is all about making yourself available to have more time for yourself, to be discerning, to take a very strong approach at getting the job done in your life. So it's going to be a very energetic cycle for the Aries to get their clarity mentally and also around them in their environment and help out with their timings and scheduling. For Taurus or Taurus rising, this square is asking you to get real clear on how you want to improve your income. All right. How do you want to improve your income? You might want to ask for a raise or turn a hobby into a income stream, whatever it takes for you, beautiful Tauruses. This is a money week for you. For Gemini, all eyes are on you. Pay attention to what you want to do to improve yourself. And you'll be feeling more charismatic, I would think, and more optimistic, I would think, with this next week's energy. You'll be feeling, you know what? I got this. I'm in control. I can get things done. I'm not letting the challenges and worries overwhelm me. For Cancer or Cancer rising, this is a little bit more of a fragile week because you might feel a little physically tired. You might feel a little physically distracted. It's a great time to rest more, to pray more, meditate more, get involved more with your spiritual side of your life. For Leos or Leo rising, this energy is all about your friends, groups, and associations. A question the Leos may be having is, how do I fit in? Where do I fit in? How can I become a little bit more solid with my BFFs? And maybe I want to start some new social activities with the people that matter. For Virgo or Virgo rising, the square is saying, what do I need to do? How do I take action on creating a better career for myself? A better legacy? How do I step in to the role of being a leader? For Libra or Libra rising, you might be having thoughts of elsewhere. It's a great time to think about travel and communication, anything having to do with expanding your awareness. maybe working on some sort of project that's a written project or a teaching project for our Libras or Libra risers. For Scorpio or Scorpio rising, this week is all about your internal transformation. Tap into that inner power, your psychological, your spiritual, your psychic power. Just trust yourself to a Scorpio. It's a very powerful time to also look at long-term money plans. Take a look at your investments or your relationship to debt and do what you want to do to become more financially powerful as well. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this is your week for this month to really get very clear and strong with your partners, to become a lot more loving, or to have those conversations that create more intimacy in your life with your BFFs or your romantic partners. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, the week is all about taking time and awareness to become healthier, self-care, exercise, nutrition, sleeping better. Take those activities and make it work for you. Great time to start a new self-care plan for you beautiful Capricorns. For Aquarius, it's about time you have some fun. This lunation is all about you getting out and about and being creative and being perhaps a little bit more romantic with your partner. Do what you can do to quell some of this fear that we've all been experiencing by getting creative and doing what you can do in the moment as opposed to things you can't control. For Pisces or Pisces rising, this first quarter square is all about you, my friend, to take a look at where you're living. Is it neat? Is it comfortable? Do I feel nested properly in my home? It could be something as simple as a deep clean, or something as radical as to look at the for sale signs regarding home. All right. Thank you all. Okay, what is the full moon in? It's at 16 degrees of Virgo, Maria, and it's coming up 16 degrees of Virgo on the 7th of March, and that's the same day that Saturn goes into Pisces, right? The same day that Saturn's going into Pisces. So that's pretty wild. Hello there, Linnell from Australia. You're never late. You're always on the right time. You're feeling overworked, Mr. John. Yes. Where you have Pisces strong in your chart, don't you, John? Okay. Aries is your moon sign. So you might be feeling this sense of, I have so much to do and I'm feeling distracted. All of us may be feeling that, but look where you have the Pisces energy, John. Mildred, you're clearing, making yourself available for yourself. It's always good when you're here, caring for each other. Thank you for that reminder, Mildred, because when Pisces occurs, when it's activated, whether it be the Pisces state of Florida, the Pisces state of Vermont, there is this overreaching sense that we have to take care of each other, even in the midst of horrific news like a shooting or the toxic spill or the threats coming out of Moscow. Wherever we feel that sensitivity, we want to help others. Thank you for sharing this, friends. And I'm going to pick the person who's going to get the Lunar Lights Club. And you're all welcome to become members of the Lunar Lights Club. You get, what is it? I do videos twice it's a subscription service. You get videos twice a month, and you get very personal written tools for your charts. So a little shout out for that. The winner tonight is Donna Lee. Donna Lee, she's a faithful watcher, and I will be sending you the video. Donna Lee, please contact me on Facebook. I might not have your email. I have to send it via email for you. By the way, hi, Janet. Thank you for being here, Patty and Rose, and thank you for sharing. Thank you, Organic Divinity and Linda Rainey. All right. You're a Scorpio, so this is a good time to tap into your power this week, Linda. Good evening, Rosalind. Thank you for sharing, Jill. Thank you, Jean, Christine, for sharing. Appreciate it. Hi there, Kathy D. from Florida, the Pisces place that we're talking about earlier. Very emotional. Could be an emotional week for all of us because you're 5 degrees Pisces. That makes sense, doesn't it, Lynn? And sometimes the beauty of astrology, like you might be going about your business, right? Nothing's happening bad in your life. Things are neutral. You're getting your work done. You're seeing your friends. You're seeing your family. You're seeing your pets. You're healthy. And all of a sudden you get hit with this amazing feeling of dread. Well, then you turn to the astrology. And I guarantee Perhaps the moon shifted a degree. Perhaps your Mars got activated. It's a very weird and wonderful thing to know that we are sometimes this fluid type of individual. We all think we're just like running around with little, boundaries up. Well, we have boundaries, Saturn, but we also have Neptune somewhere in our charts. And now the lack of boundaries are being activated during the Pisces time of the year. So our compassion and taking care of others and praying for others in the midst of terrible things is also very strong this cycle, especially because last week we had Neptune and Venus kissing in the sky in a conjunction. So I did all that, and let's do some blending of our minds and spirits by doing a little psychic spiritual work. And how this works: sit back, relax. I'll close my eyes and I'll just pick a name randomly, 2 names, and we'll see what comes up. All right. So you have to be here in the room. And again, I really appreciate you sharing this. And one more thing before I do this, I got to say my prayer. I have a free astrology night next Tuesday. It's in the link. Let's see if I can find it again. I think I can put it in here right now for you. You have to register for it, but it's a free, there it is. It's a registration link, and it takes place at 7 p.m. Tuesday. All right, next Tuesday. And I just call it Hello Astrology. So just jump aboard, and it's just an hour. We have some fun. We look at our charts, and I do that from time to time. I will be telling you about my Learn Astrology course. It's kind of like like what I want to do. But if you don't know astrology and you want to learn it, please come to this. So jump aboard, just register for that. That's next Tuesday at 7 Eastern Standard Time. So, dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love, with light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best. As we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit, amen. And I've come to Marcy Ann. Would you like a reading? Marcy Ann. Marcy Ann. Just say yes or no. Nice to see you, Cindy. Hi, Angie. Marcy Ann, are you still in the room? Hi, Joanne. Hi. Hello. Okay. All right. Marcy, as I am connecting with your energy, there's someone in spirit who kind of just bounced into the room to give you a big hug. And she's a female. I think she's your grandma. And she loved Easter. She loved Lent. She loved making eggs, the whole traditional, let's celebrate this Easter time. And the flowers and the return of spring. And the message she's giving to you is that as the daffodils come up, you're going to be feeling a lot more enthusiastic about your own life, because she's relating to me that you are one of those individuals that's always giving until you can no longer stand. In other words, sometimes you just feel like collapsing because you've been over giving. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm not telling you what to do or whether or not you're over giving. Heck, we need more over giving people, right, Marcianne? But what she's telling me is that it's okay. You're going to be standing up like the daffodils and not needing to give as much. There's at least 3 people in your life that you've been keeping them standing up. I don't know if that makes sense. Will you name for her? Is that Marcella? Will you name for her? Oh, you're a nurse, Marcy. Oh, okay. So it's kind of hard for you not to give a lot, but she's talking about something to do with when the spring occurs. Maybe you may be working less hours, or there's something that's going on here that it's not so tedious, that sometimes you've been bone tired. And she kind of uplifts you because she was that type of person as well. And she's saying something about, as spring comes, you are able to take a little bit of a breathing space, maybe even go on a little vacation and get away. And she's talking about your feet. Pisces rules the feet. She's saying make sure that you get those pedicures and do whatever it takes to take care of wearing perfect shoes, because your feet have been a little squinched and maybe soaking your feet. I don't know. She's just talking about the feet. I think she had problems with her own feet as well. So I leave that with God's blessings, Marcia, and I thank you so much for being here. And thank you for your service as a nurse. Not an easy job. All right, so our next person is I came to Cindy Teague. Cindy, are you here, honey? She was the best gardener and baker. I saw her in all those cute little clothings too. Yeah, she loved Easter, didn't she? Love you too, Marcianne. Did she love Cindy Teague, honey? Are you here? She loved Easter. Did she make some sort of Easter bread, some sort of old-fashioned Easter bread? Okay. Yeah, she did. Okay, I think so. I thought so. All right. I picked with my thumb Cindy. Oh, I think that's thanks. That means yes, you're ready for me to work with you. There's always a delay here, and I apologize. I think what I'm going to do, homemade bread every Sunday. All right, I was tasting the bread. Okay, so I'm with you. I always feel so bad I can't come to everybody to do the messages. So I think I'll do some sort of event. If you'd like me to do that, an online event, and I'll just do spiritual messages, I can do that. I'll find a good day when my astrology says I'll have a lot of stamina, But Cindy, as I'm connecting with you, my friend, I'm getting the word. Okay, I don't know why I'm getting horses with you. I'm getting horses, and I'm getting like beautiful pictures of horses. Horses galloping. A horse is a very sensual symbol of power. I don't know if you have horses. I have no idea, but let me go a little deeper with this image. Look to where Sagittarius falls, Cindy, in your chart, because the horses have been your horse energy, your archetypal energy to travel and to teach and to share and to laugh has been curtailed in the past 3 years around the COVID time. And now the horse is getting out of the barn again, whatever that means to you. It's almost like your enthusiasm for travel and impulsivity and taking risks, your inner Sagittarius / horse energy, so I keep on getting horse, is being activated. It began to get activated, I think, with this new moon. Even though we're talking about, the fear of the hunters and the squirrel. No, ma'am, you're a horse. You're taking the reins and you're going in a new direction. And you're doing a whole lot more investigation about what's right for you and what's not right for you. And you're not needing to get validation from other people in terms of feedback. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but this is what I'm channeling for you. In other words, sometimes when we have an idea that's not congruent with the consensus reality, and we want to get some validation from the people around us, we get shut down. And I think those days are over. You're just doing your own thing. Does this make sense? Today is your birthday. Oh, no wonder I came to. You were just watching horses on Mardi Gras. How fun. I love it. And you're Sag rising. Happy birthday, dear Cindy. That's fabulous. Yeah, Mardi Gras. That's a hoot. Okay, let me go a little deeper with your birthday. So I'm going to do a pseudo solar return chart. Cindy, just as a special gift to you, notify me via email if you have my email. If you don't have my email, just send me an email. I think you do. And I will do a solar return chart for you, but I'm going to try to do one in my head for you a little bit. So one of the things about the solar return chart for all of us, we do a chart for when we are born on our birthday, and that carries through the entire year, right? So depending on where you are celebrating your birthday, Cindy, I just feel that this is a really active year with the accompaniment of the Aries energy, right? So the moon's in Aries today. So your birthday is falling under a new cycle. It's not on the new moon, it's a new cycle. But Aries is going to really also up the ante for you, taking risks and feeling more confident and sharing your gifts with others, Cindy. That's one of the themes for you for this year. And there's going to be a lot more confidence in knowing what you know And that was like what I was talking about earlier, that you might have things that are different from the people around you, but you're going to be much more confident and just shrugging your shoulders and say, you do you, I'll do me. Okay. Congratulations, Cindy, for your birthday. Happy birthday. You're very, very welcome. All right, friends. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And the meltdown with relationships. I'm going to circle this date. Cindy West, the different Cindy, darling, just give me a call, Miss West. I'm going to tell this as a generic comment for everybody this year. This is the year of getting clear in our relationships. Circle 420. 420. No, it's not 420 because of that or because it's Buffalo's birthday. 420 is really strong this year. It's the first solar eclipse in Aries, and that means the lunar eclipse will be in Taurus in that pairing. But by July, we're going to get very clear on who we want to partner with. Year of relationships. Many blessings to you, my dear friends. And of course, I do reads. You're welcome to contact me and schedule anytime. I do a lot of people around the world, and the time zones are taken care of on the website. And I do Zoom, so we can actually sit and talk to each other visually, which is kind of fun like this. Have a great week. Allow the fear to go off your back. Use the news cycle to process what's concerning you, and use the quarter cycle on the 27th to take action. I have the tools to overcome the hunters hunting me. I have the tools to overcome my worry. I have the tools to overcome whatever is overwhelming you. So many blessings and love and light, and lots of love and light. Many blessings. Bye-bye. See you next week. Thank you.